What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got a couple of obscure Yellow Digitama we need to be talking about. Bunch of people on the Facebook group are pointing out that these are a bit obscure, but if you're a Digimon fan, this is awesome. More obscure Digimon, more obscure fun. We've got Kyuremon and Kyupamon, similar kind of names, and we've got two Yellow Digitama. Yes, obviously we'll compare it to the single Yellow Digitama we've seen so far. So starting off with Kyupamon then, obviously we've got an inheritable skill. It has to be an inheritable skill, because when you're a Digitama in the raising area, you can't use skills can't affect you. You're sheltered from the whole thing, so to speak. So it needs to be an inheritable skill. And it reads, when you have 5 or more security, draw 1 when you attack. Hang on a second. The rules at the moment say that we start the game with 5 security. So 5 or more security is very much telling us either that there are ways that you can add more than 5 security, that there will be ways, or there might be ways. Another way to look at it is, we are definitely not limited to 5 security. It might be future-proofing, they might not be intending to let us have more than 5 security for a while, but it's definitely the case here that you will be able to have more than 5 security. Otherwise, it would say when you have 5 security. That is a very, very good thing, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very good thing. We know that there is a hard cap of 10 on the memory gauge. We now know that there is not a hard cap of 5 on security cards. We always suspected that this was the case, but now we know it for certain. Now, if we look at the kind of recovery cards we've seen so far, it's not great. We've got Angel Woman from the starter deck. When you evolve, if your security is 3 or less, recovery +1. And we've got the promo Patamon from the promo pack. If your security is 1 or less, recovery +1 when you play it. Neither of these are going to get you above 5. Now, Seraphamon does give you recovery +1 when you evolve. So if you can get evolved into Seraphamon before your opponent's taken out any of your security cards, that will get you above 5. And theoretically, you can evolve over and over and over again and continually just build it up and up and up. We always suspected that you could, but now we've got confirmation that you can. This is a good thing. As it is, if your security is 5 or more, you draw a card when you attack. And this works on a level 3 Digimon. You can have your little Patamon out, and then you attack, and you draw a card. And drawing 1 is good. Drawing cards in trading card games is always good. Unless you end up with 0 cards in your deck, and then at the beginning of your turn, you're unable to draw a card, which we know is one of the ways you can lose a game. Yes, obviously, that's a bad thing. But outside of that, drawing extra cards is good. You've got extra options. You're more likely to have the evolutions that you need, the option cards you want that turn, etc., etc. My issue with this is extremely simple. It's going to run out quickly. As soon as your opponent takes you down to 4 security, bearing in mind you start with 5, no. Now, I love the fact that you can essentially get this going maybe turn 2, get your Digitama, evolve it up, bring it out next turn, attack and draw a card, and if your opponent hasn't gotten rid of any security cards, yay, you're good to go. Or, if we can get a really aggressive recovery deck, this will be phenomenal. If you can keep your security above 5 turn after turn after turn after turn, this is awesome. It's brilliant. It's wonderful. Because it means that you're just drawing a card constantly, and drawing cards is good. I am not convinced you're often going to be able to, but maybe there will be better recovery cards in the future. And that's something important to note. With the recovery cards we've got at the moment, I don't think this is a phenomenal card, but this is one to store away, so to speak, because there is every possibility that in the future you will be able to get better recovery cards, which means you'll be drawing way more often. I mean, if you compare this to something like the Gabumon from New Evolution, for argument's sake, that is a free cost to play normally, and when you play it, you draw a card. Just one card. Well, here you draw a card every time you attack. Clearly that's better if you can get it rolling. Now, moving over into Kyaremon here, this one's even weirder. When you have 6 or more security, this Digimon gains 2,000 power. Hang on a second. 6 or more security? Yeah, whereas Kyaremon hinted incredibly strongly you could have more than your 5 starting security, this out and out says, look, you've got to have 6 security in order to actually use this skill. Well, obviously you've got to be able to have 6 security or else it wouldn't work. Yeah, this is, I mean, look, the plus 2,000 power is awesome. I love 2,000 power. But I've just got done telling you that I'm not entirely convinced how easy it's going to be to keep your security at 5 or more. So keeping your security at 6 or more is going to be even harder. To be clear, if Yellow do get a bunch of recovery cards such that they're going to be able to continually keep their security at 6 or more, Yellow is going to be even dumber good than it looks like it is at the moment. So that is something to really keep an eye on. I mean, there is an obvious combo with Seraphimon here, in that when you evolve up into Seraphimon, you recovery +1. So now you've got 6 security, so you instantly go up 2,000 power, and all of a sudden that fairly weak 10,000 power Seraphimon turns into a really good 12,000 power Seraphimon. Here's my problem. Seraphimon, on your turn, if your security is 3 or more, you get security attack +1. So the card designers seem to be saying, look, we're expecting you to have 3 security for a little while, and then drop below it and lose it, because otherwise, getting recovery +1 when you evolve and always having security attack +1 would be too good. So they give you this really nice ability, but it's got a clock, it runs out after a while. If they think that you're going to have 3 or more security for just about long enough to take advantage of this skill, how long are you going to have 6 or more security? Now, as I've said, gigantic caveat here. We don't know most of the cards coming around in New Evolution. It could well be that there are really good recovery cards we've not seen yet. And if we do have really good recovery cards we've not seen yet, that changes everything. Both of these Digitama, I look at them and go, I'm not convinced. I don't think it's going to be good enough at the moment. But both of them, I look at them and go, well, hang on a second. All we need is just a couple good recovery cards that we can use to really start stacking our security cards. And then all of a sudden, this gets way, way better. So these are ones to set aside for now. Keep in mind for now, they could come back and be over the top amazing, or they could be underwhelming. I mean, the plus 2,000 power when you've got 6 or more security, you can just compare this side by side with Agumon here. The Agumon from the starter deck just gives you an extra 1,000 power during your turn. Just a flat out, hey, you've got an extra 1,000 during your turn. Well, this also only gives you plus 2,000 during your turn, but it's only if you've got 6 or more security. These seem underwhelming unless we've really got good recovery options, at which point I'll probably be more excited about the fact that we've got awesome recovery options, though I will take another look at these. Of course, the Digitama we've previously seen is Tokamon. This is the one from the starter set, and that's got an inheritable skill that says, on your turn, if you destroy an opponent's Digimon by lowering its DP to 0, maybe using the Seraphimon from the starter deck, for instance, when you attack, you lower one of your opponent's Digimon by 4,000. There we go. Then you gain an extra 1,000 for this turn. Obviously, if you're playing the kind of Seraphimon deck like this, where you're trying to lower power, yes, obviously this is a good Digitama, although again, it's a plus 1,000 that you're going to have here or there. It's not going to be an every turn kind of thing, probably. But a lot of yellow decks do the lowering power thing, so I think this is going to fire a bit more often. Yes, obviously plus 2,000 power is better than 1,000 power, but I think there are going to be more turns where you destroy a Digimon by lowering their power than you have 6 or more security. Or even 5 or more security. So I do love these cards. I do think there's immense potential, but I also think we are in a situation where we need to just take a step back for a moment and go, let's see what recovery cards we get in the future. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think. I want to know what your favourite of these two is. I want to know if you'd play either of these over Tokamon. Go nuts in the comment section, but please remember the rule. Be nice, would you? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all that good stuff. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would you? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.